over all that
Good
mess.
story.
All because of Jackson.
He's tighter than Dick's hat band. I'll just tell you right now he is. He sure
Pays
is.
to be tied. Pays to be tied.
Pays to be tied.
It's taken me 2 years to get a kitchen floor.
That's all right. It's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming. I'm not joking.
It's
Not like you had dirt before that.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you.
If it
Thank you.
ain't, if it ain't
Thank
broke,
you,
don't
Jim.
fix
It's a
it.
new
It is
floor.
broken.
It is broke.
There is a difference.
It'll be like our refrigerator. Listen to this one. Listen to this one.
Story time with Slappy Avengers.
There you go.
So Sharon wants a new refrigerator.
This has been a while back.
This has been a while back, but she wants a new refrigerator. And there's nothing wrong with her refrigerator. She just wants a new refrigerator. She wants a different color. Okay, so I think, oh God, I just gotta get this refrigerator. Well, we got a cutout for the refrigerator, and it's got to be that size. I mean, otherwise we're going to rebuild the house around the refrigerator. And so, finally find the exact model of refrigerator from Lowe's. Buy the refrigerator. They're going to deliver it. We're pulling the old one out. Gosh, I've got the ice maker and all that stuff. So, and so pull it out. Get the other refrigerator there. Well, the ice maker's not working in it. Okay, so it's filling up, but we didn't know it at the time, but it's not shutting off as it's filling up. So I'll get it in there and get it put in there. I go to church because some of my friends are in a music thing, so I'm going to watch it on Wednesday night, I think.
I don't remember
Tuesday,
that.
Wednesday night. I'm right in the middle of this service, and I get a text from Sharon. Water everywhere. Come home.
In the basement.
Come home.
It was just pouring down.
So
like
I
a
fly
water
home, and by
hose.
then our neighbors are down there, and they've got the water shut off, and the carpet in the basement's just soaked, and the water came on in the refrigerator, in the freezer, in the ice maker, and just runs out through the refrigerator, down the floor, down the steps, and right into the
It's
basement.
awful.
It's like a waterfall. It's awesome.
It's awful.
So it's awful. So I get all that cleaned up, and we got all squeeged out, and all that crap. Finally get done. I take that silver one back out, put the white one back in there, so we know it works, and get it back in, and it sits there in the floor. Well, I call Lowe's and say, hey, got a problem with the refrigerator. Okay, we'll send somebody out. So it's a month. And somebody else comes because they got, it's all second service, third person stuff.
Lowe's is hard to deal
nobody
with if
from
you have
Lowe's ever
issues.
does it. So they come out and he says you got either the switch is bad or the ice maker is bad, but I don't know which. So I'm ordering both. I said fine. Another month or two goes by, and I finally call, and the guy says, well, I'm having a problem getting them because they can't tell me what the estimated time of arrival is on these things. And I said, well, guy, and we don't know which one it is. And I sat there and watched him take the back of the fridge off, measure everything, and test everything. He says, I'm not sure when this stuff's coming on. And so another week goes by again, and he calls and he says, hey, I'm going to activate Lowe's not return policy, but warranty, because they can't tell me when this stuff's going to be coming in. And I said, well, that's crazy. I said, I can buy the stuff on Amazon. He said, you got to go through the Lowe's service plan in order to do it. I said, okay. So he says, you'll get a text or an email message from Lowe's in about a week. Now, this is 8 months. I've had 2 refrigerators sitting in my kitchen. And so it comes in, and the guy calls and he says, and I get a Lowe's. He says, a Lowe's gift card. They don't come and get it. And I said, well, what do you want me to do with the refrigerator I've got? They said, we don't care what you do with it. You can give it to somebody because we're not going to come and get it.
Wow.
Because they don't want it back, because this is the way they work. It's cost them too much. They just do cost analysis, and that's the way it works. So anyway, I said, I'm thinking, well, I'm going to have to give the damn thing. They're giving me a gift card for $1,149 or something, All right, so I thought, that's crazy. I'll order this stuff off Amazon. So I ordered it off of Amazon, took the back of the fridge off, put all the new stuff on it, worked fine. So then I put that in, I still get the $1,149 gift card. Now I've got the refrigerator, so I sell my white refrigerator. Okay, so now we're still in there with the silver refrigerator. Well, I know I've got this money on this card, but it's not a card. They give you an email with a barcode on it. So I'm not using it for anything, so we're going to get this floor in the kitchen. So I've already priced it out, and it's less than that, so I know I can buy the material and have it. All I got to do is pay for labor. So I go over there, and they said, well, where's your email? I said, I don't have that email anymore. This is my 5th phone I've had since this happened a year and a half ago. And they said, well, we can't do anything unless you have that. So I have to go through their customer service, do that. They can't remedy the problem. They can find the receipt where I bought the refrigerator. They can find all that stuff. And she says, she says, I found where they issued the card and the number, but it has somebody has charged $253 in March of 2024 on it. And I said, I've not even had it. So when I bring it up, the next time I go, and I've gone to them 4 months in a row, about every week.
We've used it
about every week for 4 months. And when I get to the end of it, he says, we looked it up today and it has a 0 balance on it. And they got 2 numbers now instead of 1. And I said, well, I've been coming over here for 4 months. I'm not using it. Then coming in here and trying to hold y'all out. So I said, so every time you go in there, somebody's left the organization or something, so you're not even talking to the same person. So you have to relive it. So I had everything written down on 2 sheets of paper right in a row. And I said, here, just make 2 copies of that. One for me, one for you, and one for your boss. Give it to them. So the last time I finally went in, I said, listen, I got to talk to somebody that can make a decision, not somebody who's going to check on this, check on it, because I've been doing this. Here's all my notes. Here's all my people. And a couple of the people were still at that Lowe's. And so he said, well, we got a new manager. And I said, well, I'd like to talk to him. I'm not leaving until I talk to somebody who can make a decision. And so I gave him the scoop. He said, he just shook his head like this. And he said, I don't know what to tell you. And I said, well, you're going to tell me something because it's got to be fixed. You know it was issued. I've got the numbers. I've got everything you need to know right here. And I can't get anybody to fix this problem. And so I go home, and he calls me about an hour later and calls me and says, hey, come over here. I've got your $1,400 and whatever dollars it was left here. Just come and pick it up. I've got it in cash. So I went back over there and he had it in an envelope and had me. I said, sorry you had all this trouble, Mr. Gibson. And that was it. You want to talk about something that depends on who you talk to?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It depends on who you talk to. And he handed me that thing.
It was sad. It shows you how poor customer service
That's right. That's right.
Unfortunately, nobody cares.
That's right.
Pass it on to somebody else.
That's right. It's like his doctor stuff. They've been doing all this stuff on his back all these years. They've been doing MRIs, but they've never taken time to do an MRI of his whole back until now. And now when they see his whole back, they go, you can't fix this. We're going to have to do surgery. They were doing the spots that they thought was a problem and then putting injections in him for 2 years now.
The doctor had to go in there and say, well, we just get the picture of his whole back. Like he got offended by it.
And they did it, and then they said, then they looked at it, see his back and all the discs that are out. So we can't fix this without surgery. You can't take. There's no reason for you to take any more shots.
They read the whole back him and said, we got to do surgery.
That was the first thing out of his mouth. And all these other people have been sticking stuff in there and doing ablations and all that stuff on his nerves.
We should have done that 5 years ago.
All because of who he talked to.
He said the next 5 years you won't be walking. Man,
that's a shame.
It's a shame. It's a shame.
It almost made me feel like I was faking. Like I'm just faking. That's how they would kind of treat me. I'm like,
because he was starting to come to me to get his drugs, and he knew then it was more than just back.
I said it ain't strong enough.
Charlie got the answers now.
It ain't strong enough.
I keep gabapentin and oxycontin. I keep them, baby, because I know.
I told him, I said, look here. It's like, Thumper got embarrassed. I said, look here. I said, that stuff y'all prescribed me, I'm a daggum newlywed. I said, I want to be a porn star before I turn 30. I said, when you give me this gabapentin and this other stuff, I said, things just don't work no more.
She about died, I bet, didn't she?
But we know.
Oh my God, I can't believe you told him that.
Well, we know the effect that the 2 of those drugs have together, because they don't I won't say complement each other. They double dose you, they enhance it. So that's why I was saying all the crazy stuff I was saying when I was getting
He thought he was in a spaceship.
I had to get the nurses
He
a couple
really
of times. I had to get the nurses a couple of times to actually turn the lights on in the room, because I said, I'm in a spaceship. And they said, no, you're in the hospital, Mr. Gibson. And I'd say, well, will you all turn the lights on? And they'd turn the lights on, and then I would see, I'm in a hospital room. I'm waking up seeing these flashing lights, and I think I'm on Star Trek, man. I mean, it was crazy.
And one night he just kept talking, and at first I'd be like, what now? And it wouldn't make any sense. And then finally I'm like, oh my God, he's so high, he don't even know what he's saying. It wasn't making any sense. It wasn't flowing.
I mean, it's all.
They talking about surgery. After surgery, I got to spend a week in the hospital, then another week in rehab.
Oh.
Yeah.
If they do the rods and screws. All right, you guys. That's the crew right there. We're going to get out of here. Go ahead and pay the bill. How y'all doing? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. You too. If you was wondering of all the things that I have on my bike, Darkness, my 2025 Honda Golden Wing, here they are. Links are down below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hey, thanks for watching another episode of Slappy Adventures. Please like, share, and comment. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Hey, stay tuned for more videos like these.